Beautiful. All right, time for a little recap. Session 9. The party collected themselves after their Quandrix trial. After an introduction to Professor Contraption, an automaton who revealed it had been gifted the Manus Mentis, one of the 5 legendary items of the Statera Opus, and observing a hateful glare from Kithri directed at Dean Pelanistra, the trial was concluded. However, Dean Pelanistra requested a private conversation with the party. Entering her personal demiplane, Pelanistra dropped some level of formality and began to speak openly with the party about her suspicions. The Dean revealed the theory that the party is bound by an enchantment known to only the Founder Dragons, leading her to conclude that there was some hand selection process by them directed towards each of the party members. The purpose of their selection and the timing were not so easily ascertained. Pelanistra speculated about specific dangers she was aware of at the school that would warrant the Founder's unusual intervention. She mentioned the Auric as one potential threat, but also the structure of Strixhaven leadership and structure that the Strixhaven leadership that was imposed upon them by the Founders as another possible culprit. Party kept their cards close, somewhat close, opting not to loop her in on details of some of their respective missions. However, Pelanistra did acknowledge that Hattie's complaints were valid, that Kithri seemed to be a noteworthy threat, and that she had fought against the party completing the trials together, only to get outvoted by the Council of Deans. She stressed to the party that the Chancellor's disappearance was deeply concerning, and she offered a reward for any information on his whereabouts, but implored the party to proceed with caution. Leaving the group with some sober but kind words and some special magical items of protection and healing, you all agreed to downplay any signs of attention or favoritism from Pelanistra, only updating or contacting her publicly when needed. The party then left the debrief, being invited into Garrett's own demiplane, a dive bar fit for a halfling. The party all shared a slight suspicion of Pelanistra's intentions, but did find her thoughts compelling. One by one, the party finally dropped pretense and began to share of their respective experiences with their draconic patrons. Obi shared of his connection to Silverquill and his assignment to determine who might be planning Father Shad's assassination. Garrett shared of his connection to Prismari and his assignment to discover a plot against the current Oracle, Jadzi, who is currently living on the plane of Pandemonium. Delta and Hattie shared of their connection to Witherbloom and the mysteries of the negative plane, and the gargantuan demigoth Titan heading to Strixhaven to get a payment of mass suffering. Delta shared her mission to discover who at Strixhaven might be sworn to the Titan and be delinquent in this payment. MacGruber shared of his cryptic mission to fix the stars from his patron, Velomachus Lorehold, and Indico shared her connection to Quandrix and her mission to find the lost items, the Statera Opus. With a few hours left in the afternoon, Delta, Hattie, and Garrett visited the infirmary and were cleared of all illness, curse, or disease. Hattie revealed a crush on the handsome fairy Prince Bracken, and Garrett sidestepped some questions about his own romantic interests. Indigo found Lorene and some information about the Te Video, a compass used by Galazeth Prismari, until it disappeared from the history books about the same time as the assassination of the previous Oracle, Kalnan Singors. MacGruber visited Professor Yelvin Davo to ask about the missing items, which I will recap for you in a little more detail momentarily. And then the morning news made a curious reference to a mysterious freshman challenge, and the party prepared for their journey to Silverquill College for their 4th trial. Before we begin, let's backtrack to Yelvin Davo's abode here for just a second. You will remember this is this was not AI generated. He's just handsome on the picture that I found. What I did want to show you is his office. And let's see if I can zoom this out a little bit. MacGruber, as you enter, you see a large, airy space, and the room is lined with desks, bookshelves, collections of old tools, scrolls, artwork. A large mechanical fixture looking something like a praying mantis sits motionless in one corner. A bronze bust of a beautiful elven woman sits atop a small glass grand piano with clear crystal keys in another. On the far side of the room is a metal gate through which you can see shelves of various items that look magical by nature. You will mention that he talked about kind of an inner vault and an outer vault, or the outer vault would be the more easily accessible. It's still locked up. He would explain these are a little bit more about components of spells that might be rare or valuable. The inner vault is the one that holds probably the untouchables, the things that are probably too dangerous to be out in the populace. All right?
This is Lorehold, correct?
This is on Lorehold campus.
Yes.
Right. And what I wanted to show you before we go too far is these are the items that he described and showed you in the books that were taken. There is a golden I don't know how you say this word, brazier. It's covered in runes inside and out, stained red inside, and it's likely used to capture blood from a ritual sacrifice. It's worth about 4,000 gold pieces. A metal rod wrapped in iron cord is probably used to carve runes. Iron is a unique choice and is probably used for some kind of ritual summoning, which is worth 1,000 gold. And then a potion of transference. It's a base potion and it's unfinished. It requires additional ingredients to be fully useful. It's used for study. The recipe to recreate this has not yet been deciphered, and that is worth about 3,500 gold pieces.
Okay. Might be worth noting if, I don't know, blood magic could be used in that potion in any way.
And these items were stolen? Is that what you said?
So you remember Shushu told you on the news that Yelvin Davo had reported some items missing. When MacGruber went to visit, he asked for more details, and this is what Professor Yelvin Davo would have told him.
Got it.
All right. The next thing that you all wanted to know quickly here, I will just show you, is you talked about a way to protect your mind. You were asking Pelanistra about this. So I wanted to give you a basic recipe. She said there are absolutely artisans on Quandrix campus that can create this for you. It is not as common or is not as rare as I told you initially. This is just an uncommon item. It does require attunement. It only takes 24 hours to craft if the artisan has the correct items. And these are the three things that the artisan would need. You would need essence of a creature or entity immune to psychic damage. And again, all of this was written down by Pelanistra to you. You are welcome to ask anybody more questions about this. You need enough adamantium for the ring itself, and then you need the brain of a Barghest or a Wendigo.
Okay.
This here is just a description of this specific magic item, which I didn't invent. This is actually a D&D item, Ring of Mind Shielding. And there's a couple bells and whistles to it. It does protect your mind from being intruded on telepathically, but it also has this funky, if you die while wearing it, your soul enters it. And unless it already houses a soul, you can remain in the ring or depart for the afterlife. So there's a little kind of crazy twist to it. But this is what you would need. I'm happy to make this available to you. If you would like to, on your adventures, try and collect this or do a little side quest to make these items. Ask people where some of these things might be. Totally up to you. Sound good?
Bueno.
All right. Last thing before we kind of pick up on the morning of the Silverquill trial is going back to the last half of MacGruber's day. While you were on Lorehold campus, you asked to visit Vicor Deepwell.
Correct.
So, as you leave Kalima Hall from your visit with Yelvin Davo, you enter the rusty brown desert of Lorehold campus. The landscape is far from desolate, and in the near distance you see a mountain range stretching from some ruins to the west and running into a watery expanse to the east. Towers of various sizes, archaeological tents, and what appear to be a preserved battlefield share the campus space alongside your destination, the observatory. As you approach, the building is dusty, whitewashed, with a domed roof and a large glass telescope peeking out the top. And on the door is a handwritten note that says, "Macklin, please come in. I'm upstairs putting milk in my tea."
All right, and just like, I'm kind of like got the heebie-jeebies, but like I do trust this guy, so I just like grouse, but enter.
All right. As you walk up the curved staircase, you entered a cluttered office space. Beautiful gold telescope is the star of the room, reaching out through the enchanted ceiling, which looks like the starry night sky. Mobiles of planets and diagrams of constellations clutter the walls, and every flat surface is covered in messy, nearly illegible notes. The burly, purple-skinned Asamar is doing exactly what the note said, stirring milk into a large, steaming mug. You'll remember this is Professor Vicor Deepwell.
Has he always had those purple eyes?
Yes. And actually, the one thing I don't like about this rendering is I imagine the star tattoo to be basically completely over his eye, like Dazzler style, you know?
Like
but I could not get AI to do that no matter how I phrased it.
Yeah. Professor, it appears you were expecting me?
I was beginning to wonder if you'd forgotten. He turns around and he smiles at you. There's a second cup right there. What is MacGruber's favorite beverage?
It's a loaded question.
Natty Light.
Orange soda.
Yeah, I was gonna say orange soda.
Yoo-hoo.
Tab.
Oh my God, please.
I'm trying to think of something that's like inherently childlike. Yeah, maybe
Apple juice.
I'll go Yoo-hoo because it's not chocolate milk; it's a chocolate drink.
Exactly.
Disgusting.
He hands you a frosted mug with a chocolate drink in it and hands it to you.
I take it gladly and look down at it and just look at him like, "How'd you know?" And just like as I sip it to myself.
He smiles at you and says, "It's part of the job of being the divination professor at the school. I assume it's what you wanted."
Yes, of course, it's perfect. That divination, that's actually what I came here to talk to you about. I was talking with my friends earlier, and when we last spoke, you talked that the stars weren't right.
It's hard to believe it's only been a couple weeks since that day at the temple ruins. How are you getting on?
Honestly, overwhelmed. Feels like I've been here a year, but it's been 4 days. I'm kind of finding myself. I mean, it's fun. I'm glad to be here, but it's so much. Like I haven't been gone from home for this long, and it sounds like all my friends are trying to save the world, and I have to fix the stars. Like it's a lot, Professor.
Well, for what it's worth, I am on top of the stars issue. You're not alone.
Perfect.
And it's not just the stars. I was agitated when I came to tell Dr. V about what he had found, but Macklin, you need to know things are not okay.
I think, yeah, I got that.
This is something has happened, and I have no precedent for it. He looks up at the stars, and you can just see this kind of confusion, this bafflement. As you would look up, you are welcome to make an intelligence roll. The DC is insanely high, but you can clearly see that he is just distressed by what he is looking at, which is kind of a replica of the night sky, constellations moving around.
Oof, a 10.
You have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
Nothing
just
looks
like nod to
wrong.
myself, like
Right?
sipping my yoo-hoo.
I'm assuming it came as quite a shock to hear Dr. V's confession.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. He carries an immense burden, and I would say out of all the founder dragons feels a deeper sense of responsibility to this school and its students than maybe any of the siblings. As the firstborn, he has tried for millennia to keep the peace and keep Strixhaven heading toward the correct North Star, if you will. How goes the search for Count and Singhorns?
Terrible. I've been here a few days and he's dead, obviously, is what everyone's saying. I don't know how you find a dead guy.
He smiles. He's like, I guess they didn't cover that in orientation. You're right. You're technically not wrong. He was assassinated about 100 years ago. However, there is an enchantment in the line of oracles. When an oracle dies, their soul travels back through time to with an explosion of magic that brought the founder dragons into being. And in that outrush of creative force, the oracle's soul can be caught in the tide and is clad in the very substance of the world, and it becomes something else. We call them archaics, and they are curious, profound, cryptic, massive beings that roam the planes of existence as the embodied souls of the oracles who have gone before. They are free to move about wherever they want and continue to explore, but they are made of magic itself, and they embody the essence of the oracle and the essence of all of the oracles since their institution. And then even though there's some of the most innately magical creatures in existence, and that allows them near unimpeded transportation throughout the multiverse, they tend to return eventually to a place special to their patron, their former human self, creaturely self. Count and Singhorns is no more, but the archaic is somewhere. And if Dr. V wants you to find him, Count must have information worth learning.
I understand, yeah, so we need... Is there anyone still here that was friends with Calhorn?
Well, Count was the only oracle to ever come from Quandrix College, and they wear that as quite a badge of pride. One of the things, each oracle in their time is expected to expand the reach and connections of the school. And each of them boasts some parlay, some broker, some relationship. Whether the earliest oracles began with the Feywild and the Shadowfell and moved on to the planes of the elementals. And Kalnin's signature accomplishments were brokering relationships with the outer planes, the far planes of existence, far beyond the outer planes that we know and have charted. He also brokered peace finally with the Gith of the astral plane. And again, he was the first oracle to come from Quandrix College. And he brings something new to the legendary line of knowledge that all past oracles have gathered over their times of existence in the last 3,000 years.
So, well, I just did my trial at Quandrix today, so I met Pelanistra and Taurus. It sounds like if anyone would know more about him, they would be the one.
Absolutely. Don't discount, too, the professors of Prismari. Professor Rizix is from the Outer Planes, and Professor Grimiak is himself a Gith who lives on the astral plane. They might be some places worth starting.
Yeah, I'm just remembering the last time I did plane travel, 2 days ago, and I'm not looking forward to doing it. I'll do it, but man, it's a lot, Professor.
I should tell you, I've worked with Velomachus for centuries. I've never seen him upset the way I saw him that day. He's afraid of something, and that's very unusual. I wouldn't delay too long.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, the world's at stake. I just feel in over my head, like if you don't know, how do you just keep expecting me to help?
He turns and puts his tea down, and as he looks back at you, all of a sudden you see his wings bamp out, these giant purple rings streaked in gold. His eyes start glowing bright purple. You see his arms kind of go limp by his sides as he levitates up into the air. And you hear a voice that sounds like an echo of 2 or 3 of his voices behind him as he begins to utter these words. When 6 summoned of 5 arrive, 4 reflections will make a family 3. 2 paths, victory or defeat. The scales tip toward one who unifies that which is lost. You hear the echoes, lost, as the sound just echoes around the room. You see him all of a sudden kind of shake out of the reverie and float back down. And he goes as quickly as he can over to a paper, to a table, just starts throwing things off until he finds a blank sheet of paper and begins to scribble down everything he can remember from what he said. These words weren't for me. I wondered if something would come out of the universe when you came close.
It's magic.
Man, fate is a fickle thing.
Wowee. Beautiful.
Did that just give us the team name, the Summoned 6?
Ooh!
Ooh.
Just saying.
Good vote.
Damn, Brian.
Yeah.
Garrett's out here swinging the big one tonight.
I was ready for that.
I'd like to thank the professor for his time. Just this is once again a lot. I'm glad I came to see you. I am working on this, but I've got these trials to do. They seem important. But the world is at stake, and I'll do the best I can.
You're not alone.
But you kind of alone.
Rude.
As
You were in the riddle.
finish your drink, he kind of walks you to the staircase, gives you another kind of reassuring pat on the back, and you return to campus. We can fast forward back up. You'll remember y'all had an open mic night. Drinking hour were extended at the Bows Inn Tavern. Obi was scouting out his competition for potentially an audition coming up next week.
Heck yeah.
And you woke up in the morning. You heard the news report again about who's that?
Oh, I did give Uncle Bob's kiss.
Thank you.
Hi, good night, love.
Just love the face mashing on you.
Yeah,
On
that's
your
how
chest,
kisses
huh?
happen.
Just-
Just ma.
Very special.
All right.
Your sweetness. You say night to everybody?
Night, Cece.
Night.
You say night?
Night night.
I texted you the text there if you want it. Yep, the prophecy. As you leave breakfast, the carriages are waiting for you back at your dorm. There's 2 of them. And standing there is an RA. There's a girl. Top left is, her name is Aurora Winterstar. She is all the goth that you could hope for. Stringy jet black hair, leather buckles, piercings, tattoos, the works. You also see 2 little incisors, not full like vampiric fangs, but just enough to kind of peek out there. And also with her are 3 other students. Jaxie Dardendrian, the kind of very conservative dragonborn. The sensual tiefling Moxie, who is roommates with MacGruber. And the, imposing form of Caraway Savarax. You'll remember she is missing 1 leg, and she is missing the opposite arm, and there is a mage hand that is kind of always floating as if it had an arm attached to it. The bird was just the picture. She doesn't actually have a bird. She is kind of dressed like a pirate. You get this, like she has rope on her arm, and kind of her clothes look like they could be made out of sails, and big belt, all that kind of stuff. As you board the carriages, Aurora takes out a gold coin, puts it in the tithe box, and then you hear the familiar voice of that you've heard now being in the carriage a couple times. Destination Silverquill campus.
Oh, God damn it.
The thing that happens that's interesting this time is as you move, Aurora gets her money back. It kind of pops out, and she puts it back into her pocket, and you all keep going.
Are we all in the same carriage?
They got bigger.
No, you're in 2 carriages, and I'm happy to let you decide where you want to sit if that's important for what you want to do on your ride.
I just want to ask Jaxie about her encounter with Kithri.
Yeah, I like that.
As you are riding, Jaxie is. Her body language has always been very confident. Like every time her feet are on the ground, shoulders squared. She has her hands that are always kind of conservatively wrapped in front of her, but there is no shortage of confidence exuding from her. She looks at you and she's like, I want to applaud you for what you did. I wish I had known what I know now. I would have helped you finish the job.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, I was the escalator here.
Wow, I wasn't ready for that. Well, stay tuned because we might be needing a plan to take her out. I might have a little Strixhaven loophole, so let me know if you're game.
Yep, absolutely. I don't know why a college like this could possibly allow a being like her to come and get better at what she wants to do, which is clearly evil in every possible respect.
Yeah, agreed. So killing her.
Yes.
What do you do? Like, what's your thing?
Well,
You make people do.
Yeah.
my family comes from a church that doesn't necessarily condone violence, but the longer that I'm here, the more I'm starting to question why. Why don't we? So my intent is to find a way to defend myself, to continue to grow in my skills, and to make sure that beings filth like her never touch me again, and are never allowed to prosper. So I guess you could say there's a holy magic that's a part of what I do and what I will continue to learn.
Okay, I mean, that's making me a little uncomfortable. Started to feel a little racist or something, but all right, we'll work around it.
Your enemy is my enemy is the friend of the thing.
Well, my friends went to the infirmary who also got pricked, and it seems like there's no lasting damage, so that's at least good.
Like I said, it's good. So she's still doing it. Fantastic. And I bet nobody has, no leadership has intervened to try and stop her.
Even though we told them about it.
Huh.
Yeah, I brought it up at our last trial because she was going through the trial with us, and I was like, are you actually going to let her do this with us? And they were like, well, yeah, ... So, I mean...
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, okay, great.
Parents just don't understand.
Do we pay a lot of money to go to this school?
Actually, as to their credit, everyone is scholarshiped. Apparently, they have... The dragons have hordes, and nobody needs money here to do what they do. So they want to make it about magical skill and not about who can afford to be here. And I guess that might be the one
Raglan.
thing that I can agree with.
Okay. I was just wondering if I could maybe be entitled to getting some of my money back or something.
Did you pay to come here?
Well, no.
Okay.
No, I was just making sure I did it. Like, it wouldn't have been billed directly to me.
But like
My dad probably would have paid for it.
one of those.
Well,
Is there like a board of directors for this school? Like, what's the hierarchy? Is there a school board? What's five?
Caraway Sabarax, who's been sitting in the corner listening in, speaks up. Her voice is commanding, probably more than she is socially really entitled to. And she says, the Chancellor is the highest ranking person on campus. They speak on behalf of the Oracle, but the Founder Dragons appoints the deans of the college to make decisions. With the voice of the Oracle, the Chancellor missing, it is up to the deans of the colleges, the 10 of them, to make decisions over what happens next. And I think we're all waiting to see how they will use that power.
How do we feel about a strongly worded letter? Are there like city hall meetings where we can like bring up a grievance?
Is there a student body president?
Well, I'm not talking to students. I want the top brass.
You know, as I understand it, the Chancellor, Caraway continues, the Chancellor is about, I won't say, I think his reputation reeks of a little ego. He is into connections and fame and making a name for himself and leaving a legacy. He wants everyone happy. He could theoretically be useful in that. I think a dean has to advocate for all requests. So I would say find a dean that is sympathetic to your cause and have them bring it up with the rest of the deans. But I'll tell you, and Jaxie interrupts her. She says, yeah, well, as long as there's evil deans here, what are they going to do? No righteous cause is ever going to make its way through. This system benefits. She just stares out, like, just getting more and more irritated at what she's learned.
It might be more
Quick
efficient to take
question.
things into our own hands. Wow.
Would this chancellor happen to be like a white man in his 50s? Like
I wonder what the D&D equivalent of a white man in his 50s is. The elves or the dragons? I don't know, the dragons are pretty...
What was that?
Elves, probably.
What was that tortoiseshell man you had in that one campaign?
Oh yeah, Turtle.
Yeah.
Oh.
A turtle that was just like 400 years old and had dementia. That's probably...
Yeah. Well, I think he was just a helper.
he was nice though.
He was. I can't remember his name.
Wait, did you
But
say
he worked with
40-year-old
Gebetto,
guy?
right?
Yeah, Meadow, yeah.
Yeah.
Morley or something, right? Wasn't it?
Morley's the best
I'm
50-year-old.
Yeah, 40 something old.
Because you killed him, Jimmy.
For sure.
You know, as a Dragonborn, Jaxie would step up and because the Chancellor is a Dragonborn, and her reaction would be
What a perfect-
more or less.
Love.
Anything else you want to discuss before we arrive at campus? So, as you approach Silverquill Cottage, let me get to here.
Wait, in my head, which one of you all wants to go to Silverquill?
Obviously, Opie. He's in the very first carriage.
That's
has
right.
been looking
There is
out.
no
I did write
subtlety.
that down.
As you approach, the change in landscape is immediately obvious. The cobblestone road is lined by well-maintained street lamps, manicured trees,
beautiful.
peacocks, and beautiful gazebos can be seen in the perfectly cut lawns on either side of the road, leading to the stately Grand Loft Hall. The opulence of the campus sits in stark contrast to the more rugged, campy, natural campuses you visited thus far. Grand Loft Hall itself sits as two opposing domes joined by a small connecting hallway. And in the distance, you see a tower rising high above. The buildings are masterfully crafted, and no expense seems to have been spared. Bronze work, carvings, gargoyles, landscaping, even down to the door knockers themselves. All the embellishments are made out of polished metalwork, marble, brick. Another thing you notice is the animal life. Familiars of all shapes and sizes, exotic cats, beautiful owls, hawks, reptiles, hunting dogs, and a variety of other unusual creatures follow students around all over campus. A slight sound of violin music just always seems to be playing in the very, very edges of your perception, just to add to the stately, higher class aesthetic of this enchanting place. The carriage arrives and two footmen step out to open your door and direct you to enter the building. Aurora takes the lead as you enter this gorgeous hall filled with rich woods, paintings, tapestries, elegant candlelight, plush couches, walls lined with books, carvings, and sculptures assault your senses with luxury beyond what most of you have seen. And Aurora leads you to a mahogany staircase that leads down to some kind of space below. And as you descend several flights of stairs, the temperature begins to cool notably. The walls become less similar to living space and turn more into carved stone. And at last you enter a large arena and encounter two huge beings. There we go.
Wow.
I lost my spot. One is a burly angel wrapped in shining garments floating in space. A halo surrounds his head right at the eye line, somewhat like Geordie LaForge from Star Trek. He is probably 25-30 feet tall. The other is about the same size and is a strange construct made up of a hulky torso, two skinny mechanical legs, giant arms, and one enormous eyeball inset where the head should be.
Wait, is the Dean of the Holy's first name Dean?
Nope. Reason
Okay.
is the name of the angel. So Dean Reason and Dean 4873. Did you finish your notes? Standing in front of them, looking diminutive by comparison, and I have changed the picture for Casimir because I liked this one better. There are four figures here. The charismatic vampire Casimir von Morak, who you met at orientation. A slender, striking, red-haired woman dressed in tight leather and wrapped in a luxurious shawl, her large breasts nearly falling out of her corset. She smiles at Ovi as you all walk in. And an older, kind-looking Middle Eastern woman with a simple head covering and her face covered with silver embossments holds the hand of a teenage boy who can only be described as being a zombie. His eyes look two separate directions, signs of decay and rotting flesh cover the left side of his face, and his mouth sits somewhat agape at an odd angle. Yet, he is dressed in a clean suit and sits obediently at Professor Anne Laurie's side.
Oh.
As you enter, Professor Casimir steps forward and addresses you. Welcome, welcome. It is enchanting to see you all again and welcome you to Silverquill campus. As you may remember, I am Professor Casimir von Morak, and it is my privilege today to describe the terms of your trial here at Silverquill campus. The deans of our college, Dean Reason of the Holy and Dean 4873 of the Profane, have arranged for you to dive into the complexities of the hallmark philosophies of our school and discover firsthand the spectrum that is good and evil. Jaxie raises her hand. Could you please elaborate? Most of the world does not accept the concept of a spectrum of good or evil. It is either one or the other. The red-haired, porny professor kind of smirks as Professor Casimir continues. Dear child, your youth is such a gift, as is your passion.
Oh, porny.
I defer a discourse on that topic until after your trial to see if your experience brings any enlightenment to your query. However, to Mr. Dendrian's point, in our multiverse, good and evil are often personified as one-dimensional. Benevolent, virtuous deities of light are heralded as preeminently good, and destructive, afflictive, oppressive deities of shadow are condemned as irredeemably evil. Our two deans themselves, he gestures to the angel and the construct behind you, come to us respectively from Mount Celestia and the Nine Hells respectively. They embody and will impart the philosophies of both the holy and the profane. However, our esteemed founder, Shadrach Silverquill, has always preached the need for balance. For the world, nay, every being possess both light and shadow within them. As soon as he says that, you see his vampire fangs kind of peek out of his upper lip. Jaxie raises her hand again. Even you, she gestures at the three professors. What light could a vampire, a succubus, and a zombie, and some kind of devilish construct or whatever that dean is possess? You are objectively dark, evil, villainous beings, and I still don't understand how you are welcome here, let alone holding positions of leadership.
Wow.
She throws her pencil.
I'm just going to take a small step away from her.
Nice.
Casimir, again nonplussed by this bold reaction, responds, "It would seem Miss Dendrian has chosen her side. What say the rest of you? Are you ready to step into the world of moral dilemma?"
Ready.
Yeah.
Here's your charge. Behind the doors, and you see these two giant doors kind of behind him, are two entities. They have been gifted to Silverquill for this trial. One from the prison of the heavens, the other from the prisons of the hells. They have both faced judgment and were condemned to death by their respective kingdoms, but they have generously placed them into our custody to allow you to decide.
Yeah.
You will have 10 minutes to interview each entity, hear their stories, and decide for yourself how you would like to respond. You may determine that both should be put to death, that neither should be put to death, or that one has a stronger case than the other. Or you may simply decide to let things play out and abstain. You are the judge, jury, and executioner.
Holy shit.
What you should know is they have been told that only one can leave, and they can only do so when the other is dead. Decide for yourselves the role you will play in this courtroom, and as incentive for your engagement, the victor between the two entities will impart a gift to the individual who provides the greatest assistance to their victory.
I don't want to be a part of this. I don't like it.
So we gotta kill someone?
Ovi, what do you think?
Oh, I'm excited to. I'm excited to see what's behind
This
the
is
doors.
where you want to be?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do you know, Ovi, do you know that lady?
Telepathically,
We begged.
We all just heard him say, ask
No.
the question.
Out loud, he's going to say, which one are you talking about? But telepathically, he's going to say, fuck yes, both.
Oh. Can I respond telepathically?
Yes, you can.
Like, are you related to them?
No. I've met Professor Anne Laurie once at one of my parents' dinners. She brought Gerhardt and we chatted. Professor Vivrian is like my mom's bestie. So, yeah, I've met her most of my life.
Oh, okay.
Any weird, like, Stacy's mom stuff?
Definitely.
No, I tend to go more for guys. Though she does have great masturbation tips, if you're ever curious. I was not asked for them. She just volunteered. Really awkward.
Her specialty is sexuality magic, so, you know.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's why we call her porny. So that feels right.
Honestly, that was the most porny I could make the AI generator. It was
like blocked.
it was completely blocked. Unsafe content.
In session 0, he describes her walking into the room very Jessica Rabbit. So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
yeah, I was like, okay,
All right.
awkward.
As you all enter, and Jaxie, you can just feel is fuming beside you all as she goes in, just even more disgusted with what is going on. You walk into a giant space.
Okay.
And hanging in there, I wasn't able to generate this image with the characters I wanted inside them, but the room is surrounded by candlelight, and hanging from the ceiling are these two very barbaric-looking cages. And there are two creatures, one in each, that are in the cages themselves. Right before you walked in, Professor Casimir flipped over a giant hourglass. So you have 10 minutes to interview each, so 20 minutes total, to hear them out. And these are the two creatures that you see. You see one, and actually I wasn't able to get his wings. His wings are actually cut off into bloody stumps.
Nope.
And then you see a very demonic-looking demon creature here in
With
the
the
other
cross
one.
necklace.
Yeah. Not sure about that either. I feel like crosses shouldn't exist in D&D.
I know. Welcome to my AI generator.
Does he have wings?
Yes.
Okay. Rude.
Who would you like to, or would you like to do anything?
Yes. First, I'm going to go up to the demon and say,
Greetings.
Yeah, let's interview him first.
Salutations.
yeah.
Make a, with your passive insight. I was going to
Yes,
make an insight
I was
check.
going to ask with that. What would I
You
notice?
see his body language is far calmer than you would have expected.
Would I also pick up on this?
Yeah, I mean, he's not trying to hide it. You see him kneeling down with his hands on his knees, just kind of looking off into space. The more you look at him, I mean, he's a disturbing figure. You see scars all over his body, wounds on his forearms where he was clearly shackled and tortured. You see just the sheer presence of evil exists within him. What do you say to him when you approach?
What's your story?
How you doing?
How you doing?
He doesn't immediately respond.
Okay.
You see him in kind of a quiet, meditative state.
Are we all with you right now?
Yeah, we're all in the same room.
After a beat, you hear him. He doesn't look at you. He says, "Are you here to kill us?"
That is something we would all like to maybe sidestep, but that sort of depends on your Answer.
Oh.
What answer would you like to hear?
What's your story? How did you end up here?
Well, I thought that I was destined for execution in the hells. And they told me that I was going to instead become a teaching lesson for children. And I'm not sure which is the worst punishment. Death for what I did, or the humiliation of being questioned like this.
I don't really love this.
Fair.
Do I dare ask what you did to be killed?
I was a lieutenant under the archdevil Azazel. We were commanded by Azazel to pollute a certain area of land. The water sources, the vegetation. It was a nomadic tribe that worshipped Asmodeus, and out of sheer jealousy, Azazel intended to punish them for, I don't know, choosing a devil other than himself. But rather than ordering us to simply attack and kill them, the goal was to simply let them starve to death.
No.
Poisoned by their own fresh water source.
This is like the fucking dead horse point. I'm not into it.
We sat there day after day and just watched them wither away. And one by one they fell. The last to fall was the shaman of the village, and I went to put him out of his misery before, but I didn't. He looked up at me and no, there was a wisdom in his eyes. This wasn't simply about justice or jealousy. This was about cruelty, which I think is what the hells are known for. And I don't know if I believe in that anymore.
Insight check. That would be all of them. 26.
Oof.
Whoa, what'd you roll? Natural 18? Mm-hmm. You rolled a natural 20.
I still have it at 26.
I'm going to have to pull up his stats. Yeah, I don't think ability checks are natural crits, so... let's see. What is insight? Is that charisma? Wisdom?
Wisdom.
So, with a 23, he seems shockingly sincere.
Okay.
For a being that is literally evil incarnate.
Would okay, so I know things about angels and demons. I'm not sure if Ovi does.
Okay.
Should I...
You can make an arcana or nature check.
Religion?
Or religion. Religion would be better.
See if you read Dan Brown's book.
What question are you asking?
Okay. So I would have rolled a 17.
Okay.
I'm wanting to know if Ovi would recognize that devils are just tainted angels, essentially. They're the same race that just got...
Yeah, I think you'd know that.
Okay. Okay.
I would also say that one of the hallmark, I guess, reputations is that devils lie.
Sure.
Right.
Sure, but also I'm picking up pretty strongly that I feel like he's being honest in this moment.
You would believe that.
So you will not get a chance to respond to this, but each one of you, he's going to ping you all telepathically and just said, hear me? Let's hear what the other guy has to say, but how fun would it be if we told them that this is a setup and both of them could walk away if we play our cards right? Boom, 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 boom. So we don't kill
And we can't
anybody.
respond.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, that's a cool story. Maybe we should talk to the other guy too. Thank you for being real with us, I guess.
Well, I want to know if that guy feels bad about what happened.
Yeah, I have a question for him.
I got questions. Go ahead.
Good, Gareth.
What's your name?
What's your name?
What you doing?
I'm just gonna go up to me like, hey, I'm Garrett. So
Hey, you're
so did you like try to stop what they were doing, or did you go along with it? It sounds like you just kind of went along with it, right?
I laid down my arms, and they arrested me for it. They should have struck me down right then and there. But
Oh,
again,
because you wouldn't kill when they wanted you to kill?
because I showed compassion.
Okay.
Ah, yes, compassion. Roger.
Were you
That's good. I'll write that.
were you recruited to this army, or did you voluntarily join?
I don't even know if it was a decision I made. It's just what we do. I was just an obedient soldier.
I understand.
Do you?
Farm Boy Garrett definitely understands.
Thank you.
What's your questions?
How much time is left?
We're coming up on the 10-minute mark here.
Oh,
Great,
One more
cool, we're
question.
fucked. We don't even get to talk to the other guy.
No,
No,
you get
10
10
per.
apiece. 10 apiece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Like, wow,
You
we
can
really
use
do,
the
guys.
20 minutes however you want, just so we're clear, too. I want you to get your questions out. Like, if you have questions, go ahead and ask them. The point is not the time, but it's just that
Do you
they're going to get released here in a second.
Do you feel like you deserve to die?
Oh,
I don't want to die.
that wasn't the question, motherfucker!
I don't know.
What's your plan when you get out
Have
of
you ever
here?
done anything that you deserved to die for?
No.
Ew, gross.
no, right back at you. And they go,
Good answer.
Weeks.
I have no more questions.
Jaxie, who is just, she's staring at you all as you're asking. She just points her finger up at him. And she says, I don't know what sympathy you think you're garnering here. You are a devil, and you will be eliminated like devils are supposed to be.
Okay. Do we have
don't-
some kind of like a silencing spell? Because this bitch is out of pocket.
Actually, as the as whatever the time ends or whatever, and we transition to the next spot, casually, Ovi's just going to get in step with Jaxie and start quietly chatting about, like, can you believe this? This is very strange. And then segue into, it is so unfortunate that, you have to play all of your cards out in front and everybody can see you for just how thin and shallow you really are. However, if I remember correctly, she is going to need to make
Suspicious mockery?
no, this is my
God,
this is my
living.
class feature. Damn it,
Yeah.
she becomes frightened
Yeah,
of
your
me.
hour. Or
Yes.
for your 1 minute
Oh.
conversation.
Right.
Okay.
I don't think she gets a saving throw. I just have to chat with her for 1 minute.
And do you get to choose you get to choose the creature, right?
It's one person that I'm talking, and then actually, I want her to feel uncomfortable with me.
With you.
That That's a
Okay,
trait.
no save, huh?
I feel like I'm lying on that. I apologize. I don't know why it's not on my sheet. Let me just pull that.
No, I kind of love it. I kind of will let it.
I think the save is whether or not she knows I did it. Is what
Okay.
I think.
You look at you using this
Song of
cool class
expertise.
feature I've never seen in real life.
Words of Terry. Okay. No, it can't. Does make a wisdom save DC 15.
Okay, let me see.
I hope this bitch is dumb.
-1 to wisdom, so
Hell yes.
Good start.
natural 1.
Yes.
So,
You're just like converted.
she's
her, I
afraid.
think.
She's afraid of me for the next hour, as long as she's
Until-
not damaged.
Attacked or damaged, or until it witnesses an ally being attacked or damaged.
Right. So boom, I've done it.
Okay.
Who does she see as an ally in this?
Apparently, none of us.
She,
Maybe
as
the
you get
angels.
done, you see for the first time her kind of shudder a little bit, and as you see her trying to look at you, and you see her kind of breathing get a little bit shallow, and she like quickly makes her way to kind of the other side of the cage where the fallen angel is.
Good. Well, that's where we're walking too. But we're gonna.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're
she's
kind of
away from us.
circling around.
Okay.
I would like to tap Piper and have her get out my Seer Starlight cloak for me.
Okay.
And this will be my big reveal terror. And I'd like to put it on. And then, I don't know how this omen thing works. Augury?
It's a spell.
I would like to, like, the trigger for it would be like, choose to kill the devil for this trial.
What?
It's like a magic 8-ball. I'm like
yeah,
giving it a
yeah.
prompt, and now
So
it'll give
you're
me
gonna
an
make-
omen back.
You receive an omen from blah 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 about the results of a specific course of action you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Oh.
And the answer can be good and bad, or nothing.
Correct.
That they're not especially good or bad. It doesn't take into account possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as casting of spells or the gain or loss of a companion, blah blah blah. So what course of action are you asking about?
Like banishing the devil
Yeah.
to be killed as part of this trial, like choosing him as the fallen of these two.
And you want to know if that is what, morally good or
I don't know.
safe or going to happen or what?
Well, like good is pretty vague. Like it is, is it like good for the greater good? Is it the wrong motive as in bad? Like I don't know. I don't know how this omen works, but
You probably have to ask it specifically, I imagine.
I'll just shake it again.
So as the stars of the cloak kind of glow a little bit, your eyes look up and the two cages look like they are hung on a scale. And you see them kind of going back and forth and back and forth until they kind of equalize. And take that for what it's worth.
I would like to grab Obi on the way to the fallen angels and relay the information of the scales and say, I don't think we can lose.
Okay.
They're going to be here for every trial.
Maybe, but also we don't have to play the game that they want us to play, and we don't have to have on our conscience that we decided to execute or not. I'm just saying there's another
true.
option here.
I don't disagree.
I'm all for doing things our way as much as we can.
So let's go talk to the angel?
Yeah. Talk to the fallen angel.
So as you sit there, he has this demeanor where he's standing in his cage, and he is looking down, kind of down below the opposite cage where he is going to, at the entity he's going to have to fight here in a minute. you don't see an expression of hatred or vitriol or confusion. You just see, you almost see an innocence and kind of trying to figure out what's happening and what he's going to do. He's being a little bit more, I guess, premeditated than Ekris was.
Hello, sir. Unfortunate meeting you like this, but what's your story?
I need all of you to make a charisma saving throw.
Is this...
It is a magical effect. Nope, just kidding. Wisdom saving throw.
That's better for me.
Well, if my charisma's better, though.
I have a dirty 20.
Nice.
13.
19.
19.
5.
Okay.
This
So-
dude seems pretty cool. I'm charmed.
Ovi, MacGruber, and Indigo. Gosh, this guy looks great.
Wait. This is wisdom?
Yeah.
I get advantage on that. Sorry. This is now 20
Okay.
something.
So, MacGruber and Indigo, this guy just seems all right. You are charmed by him. The rest of you are able to kind of evaluate a little bit more objectively, but your inclinations are going to bend in his favor. We'll say that, okay?
Fair.
You also can make the save again over the next kind of a little bit. So before we go live, you'll be able to do this. Who addressed it? Was that you, Ovi? Did you ask? He has a little bit more charisma about him, and you see him look. His face has this very gentle, non-threatening look to him, but he looks down at you. He's like, "Hi, I'm Ezekiel. I'm from Mount Celestia, and I just wish we could have met under different circumstances. I understand that you're all here to be at school. That's wonderful."
And what are you doing here? To be executed?
Yes, I thought I was going to be executed on the mountain, but they sent me here. I guess if I could give my life toward any one thing, it would be to teach, and to teach lessons of morality. But is it my understanding that you can spare us?
Great charm person.
Right? Or at least one of us?
Why?
Well, there's so much to do to right the wrongs in the world.
What was your wrong?
I kind of hate this guy.
Well,
Kind of do too.
Good thing you weren't charmed.
He seems fine.
I'll be honest. I still don't completely understand. But what I'm told is that So there was a group. I don't know if you've encountered the lizard folk yet. I understand that there are some who have magical powers and may attend this university, but this particular tribe was vicious and barbaric, and they worshipped evil gods, and they were just decimating the land and other creatures, and we follow. I'm an angelic figure of Tyr, the just God, and we are compelled to enact that justice in the world and fight for good and eliminate evil. And so I massacred and slaughtered the entire tribe, freeing them from their earthly bonds and protecting anyone else that they might one day hurt. And just think, like, the children will no longer have to worry about growing up being taught these things. Their souls are liberated, and they can move on to the afterlife and let their souls be at peace.
No.
So you're okay with killing as long as it's for the greater good?
For what you perceive as the greater good,
Is
just to be
Jaxie
clear.
a lizard person?
She's a dragon folk, so a little bit different.
Sorry.
Racist.
Thanks.
But I bet she's eating up whatever you say from the other side of the cage.
Well, it wasn't. I don't think that it's my decision. I don't. I watched them for a long time, and they just there did not seem to be any redemption, and if left to their own devices, they were going to continue to choose to kill and maim and destroy and continue to raise generations that would do that. It was the lesser of, I don't know, can't say two evils, but just think of all that are saved because of their... Here, I see that you...
The end justifies the means for you.
No.
Sounds
No,
like it
not in
does.
general.
So, do you regret killing all those people and children?
Because
Well,
I
I
think
think-
it was fine.
I mean, what they told me at my trial was that was...
It was like, that's a big deal.
You rolled a lot lower than me.
I've been told that my actions were extreme and that I operated outside of my authority, and I'm learning that. I think it's a lesson that I'll take with me in the future, for sure.
But do you wish you hadn't done it?
I mean, I can't say that everyone in the tribe was irredeemable. So maybe for the one that might have had a chance.
And you can tell? You get to judge?
Well, I think in their case they were all doing more harm than good.
So, just to be clear, you killed all these people outside of your orders? You weren't told to do it, you made the decision that that's what you were going to do?
Well, we're all sent out into the world with just a standing order to fight for justice.
No, not what I asked. Did someone tell you specifically to kill these people, or were you doing a different thing and then you decided that they should die? Because that's what I'm hearing, is that other people thought you shouldn't do it, but you made the decision to do it.
No, you're right. I didn't act on direct orders.
Be this easy.
All right, got it.
And you're being punished for that now?
I mean,
He's being punished for doing something brutal.
I mean,
By his own people, though,
I've
right?
also done a lot of good in the world and helped people flourish and help free and protect realms from evil invaders and demonic creatures. I've protected people from beings just like that.
How do you know that they didn't do the exact same, or that you didn't rob them of the opportunity to do the same?
I mean, how long does violence and death and destruction need to go on before action is taken? And
I mean,
Jaxie in the back is like, yes, here.
Preach.
That's what I thought. Quick, do we have time to like huddle up?
Yeah.
Let's step it. Okay, so show of hands.
I wouldn't
Who
let either of them out.
you don't want to let either of them? Okay,
Well, the cages are going to open
Right.
regardless
Right.
when the time is up.
and they both believe that they're walking into a last man standing situation. So do we just stand on the sidelines and let them duke it out? Do we actively intervene in some way, like help siding with one of them against the other? Or do we tell both of them, hey, you're being played here, just walk away when the cage is open?
Or kill them both
Or
in their cages.
Can the confusion
Holy
bit of MacGruber
It's an
agreeing
option.
with Jaxie get him to re-roll his charm person again?
Yeah, you can do a
Like
roll
wait a
another wisdom
second.
saving
I'm gonna
throw.
like, can I pat him on the shoulder? and give
Natural
him-
20.
Can I give him guidance?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
Indigo,
want it.
you realize what just happened, that he was magically charming you.
Yeah.
I got 11.
11?
Not
Yeah.
again.
Good enough.
I was like, guys, pretty straight cut case. Save the angel, kill the demon.
No.
Because that's what they want you to believe.
Yeah.
I don't. Why does anyone have to die? We shouldn't be killing anyone.
know.
I mean,
Which one of these do we
Jaxie,
think we-
overhearing this, sits back and she's like, I'm helping the angel.
I go over and just high five her.
Oh my
And
God.
Moxie, who has been here the whole time, we just haven't had a chance to really interact with her, She looks at you a little disappointed, like, really?
Sweetie.
And she walks over and just stands under the cage of the demon. She's like, I don't like this. I think he's sorry and he isn't.
Unbeknownst to anybody, sorry, don't make your decisions, do it. Ovi's going to telepathically beam both the demon and the angel and just say, do what you want, but you can just walk away and not hurt anybody.
Make a persuasion
That's
check.
that angel though, Ovi. Like,
Oh,
you can tell them both that they can walk away, but as soon as the cage opens, this motherfucker is gonna kill the demon. He's not gonna walk away because he thinks that he is righteous.
correct. But also, I'm fully aware that I'm being monitored right now, so Ovi's trying for some special points. So
Okay.
I believe once the cage
Would
door
they
is
hear
open,
what you just
the
said?
angel is going to absolutely attack.
Well, his wings are broken, so he
Yeah.
can't fly
He
away.
can't, right? He's probably going to still stand up for himself and fight.
Who do we think would win in a fist fight?
I'm picking.
I mean, obviously the devil. Look at
but-
him.
He's ripped.
The other guy has sleeves. You can't tell.
It's true.
Yeah, you're right.
Delta's grossly uncomfortable, and she wants to be on the sidelines. She wants
Fair.
absolutely no part in that.
Garrett's gonna stand right in the middle and be like, "Guys, we can't let these things kill each other." Like,
McGruber would like to say.
I like. Let me guess, the angel, MacGruber.
No,
Got it.
Been there, banged that horn. But the dean, they said Silverquill is all about the balance of frickin' light and dark.
Yeah.
One's light, one's dark. The light guy's dark. The dark guy's light.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Okay, that's your big revelation.
so what does that do for us right now?
I think that was for you.
Yeah, no, she makes eye contact with Hattie.
Fucking guys.
Everything's cryptic.
I look back. This is why I don't want anything to do with this place.
Shelby, make an insight check.
Regarding this fucking guy.
Yeah.
This fucking guy.
It's not good. It's a 5.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Nothing.
No,
You don't even know
no
what
new
school
information.
you're at. Right
I'll
now.
stand on the edge in the middle.
Okay.
I didn't really want to be a part of
Here we go.
this. Then once this
Tell me
angel-
where you want to be.
I mean, I failed 2 charm persons. I'm by the freaking angel.
All right, so you're here, Garrett.
Yeah.
Delta doesn't want anything to do. Caraway is back over here.
Yeah,
Just
so-
watching this, the look on her face for especially Ovi, a couple of you would notice this. She looks almost like a teacher watching a bunch of preschoolers solve a puzzle. Not in a patronizing way, but just in a like it just, I'm so glad that you're learning your lesson kind of attitude.
Okay.
Caraway, where are you going? Who do you support?
I think this is a fantastic dilemma. And I would love to see who comes out on top. Why not let the one who wants it the most rein in and see what they can do to redeem themselves. They both seem to have wishes to continue living. They were going to die anyway, so at least one of them stays their sentence. I say let the most powerful walk free.
I hate that too.
It's not about power for me. It's about change. Devils are almost impossible to change. That's interesting.
Are you making tea?
Also, angels can be reborn. So,
I mean, I'm still in the back.
fair. Ovi's going to step a little bit forward, behind these two, but trying not to be like directly in between the conflict that's about to ensue.
So not like where Garrett is.
Not where
he's
Garrett
literally
is.
going to be right in the line of fire.
He's literally the referee.
Where did you say you wanted to
He
be?
has a zebra shirt
In the
on.
middle and the back.
Yeah.
Like here,
Like all the way back. Yeah.
all the way back.
Against the wall. Yeah.
And Shelby, you have any preference?
You're with the devil.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand a widget closer to the devil.
So here?
Oh, which
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a perfect widget, Jimmy.
You hear a horn start to do a 10 countdown from 10. And you see the runes around the bottom of both of their cages begin to light up. Why don't we all roll initiative? Even if you're not in initiative, go ahead and roll, because you are welcome to decide to hold your action every time.
Oh, wow.
Oh God.
All right, let's see. I got to roll a lot of things into this. Okay.
Wow, that's a sexy roll. It's a 6.
I always want a lower initiative.
Same. Like let me see how the battle happens first.
Yep. Can I get a -10 initiative?
All right. Go ahead. What did you get?
15.
Oh.
15? 40?
14.
14?
11.
Okay.
6.
What'd you
They
get?
have the same dishwasher sound as you.
Are y'all coming to the dishwasher?
Yeah.
We just were.
What's your initiative?
I got a 9.
I have a 5.
I stink.
Sorry, Indigo.
I literally wouldn't have initiative.
Let's see.
You can just not. You like try again. I'll be back after
Yeah.
you all have a turn.
My
Pass.
turn. Yawn.
I'm using my action to observe what's about to happen. That's
I open my eyes like a little bit
Raise my eyebrow.
a little.
Huh?
more. Your perception is +1 for the next 6 seconds.
Just like do some twists, like
You have to roll Constitution though to see if your eyes get too dry to stay open.
Don't think about blinking.
It's a bonus
We
action.
do need to have a competing roles staring contest now at some point.
Okay. All right. So as we go, a couple of you will get moves. Actually, we're just going to go into this. Both cage doors, the floors fall out, and both creatures fall to the ground and assume attack and defensive positions at the same time. However, Caraway gets to go first. However, true to her form, she is going to sit back and see what happens. Moxie, however, is going to go next.
Are they
And-
out of the cages right now?
They are out of the cages on the ground. You see her eyes go jet black. You will have, MacGruber would have already seen this before.
Classic.
And you see her mutter an incantation, and she's going to cast Bless on herself and the demon.
Interesting.
And is going to kind of prepare herself to take on whatever is about to come her way. Jaxie is going to go next. They all rolled really high on initiative here. She is going to basically cast mage armor on herself. But it is very visible, and all of a sudden this girl in this Amish gear is clothed in this golden light armor, and she is going to draw a spectral sword made of radiant energy, and she is going to start to charge to the other side. kind of past Garrett, but given that she only did her action, she's only going to make it about this far, heading towards the demon to help. Indigo, it is your turn.
Oh, wait.
Okay, you're holding your action. Are you holding your action or doing nothing?
Doing nothing.
Okay, Ovi.
It's you, man.
I'm going. So Ovi wears a like a navy blue trench coat or pea coat sort of thing, double breasted with this big high collar, and it's got 3 songbirds embroidered on the shoulders and on the chest. He's gonna strum a chord on his guitar, and 3 songbirds are going to just suddenly erupt from his chest. One is going to fly near the demon. One is going to fly over to the angel. That's 5, 10, 15. Yeah. And the third is going to fly by Jaxie behind her. And then for my...
do you disappear?
No, I do not. I stand where I'm at, and they are only up for 1 round, so you don't need to...
Okay. As long as you remember where they are.
I do. And then for my action, I am... Oof. I think I'm going to hold my action for Shield of Faith in case I or one of my friends get attacked.
Okay. Shield of Faith cast on who? Yourself?
Myself or the first person I see from this party that's attacked.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. It is the angel's turn.
Oh boy.
You see him, all of a sudden his eyes glow white. You see him try to almost exalt himself. You know, you kind of have this aura of righteous holiness, energy come into play. You see him call out in a language. Do any of you speak Celestial?
I do.
Curiosity. I'm going to assume most of you don't. And you hear him utter a summoning. And on the battlefield arrive 2 smaller looking angels. They're only like 4 feet tall or so, but faceless, dressed fully in armor, all basically composed of light. And they are both wielding weapons, and he points with his hands and orders them to attack the demon. I'm going to roll them into initiative. And then you see him pull out, kind of out of nowhere, this giant mace. And he is going to not use all of his movement. He is going to start walking very deliberatively towards the other side of the room. He's not going to move his full movement. This is more about intimidation than it is about attack. MacGruber and then Garrett.
Well, since I'm still charmed by this guy...
I will let you, since it's been well over a minute, go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw.
Fail again.
Why not? Okay. Wisdom.
Okay.
Can I guidance?
Not on this one.
7.
7? You're still his biggest fan.
Okay, so in that vein...
Now remember, you don't have to put yourself in harm's way, but you're charmed by him, so you can't do any hostile attack toward him.
Yeah, so I would like to use my magical tinkering for something on my person to kind of amplify my voice.
Okay.
And just like Bruce Buffer at a boxing fight, be like, Ezekiel the Archangel to the left, the great, the champion, the savior will win for his honor. Just comes booming out for MacGruber.
Okay. Anything else?
I clap.
Okay.
Way to play.
So what we'll do is at the beginning of your turn, you can remake the save. Sound good?
Fair.
All right, Garrett.
I clap.
Garrett is gonna like. Garrett's gonna like standing in between them, kind of like extend his arms out, like trying to like stop and being like, "You don't have to kill each other."
Oh, but we do.
And then
They're all like, "Who is this child?"
he's gonna go over to the devil and cast invisibility on him.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So we walk over, cast invisibility. Can you roll a d20 since you cast a spell as well?
Yep. 18.
Okay.
These prizes.
You see this demonic figure blink out of existence. You know he's still there, and all eyes are on what's going on, but he is invisible in this room right now. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's it.
Okay. It is the demon's turn. He is... Hang on, let me pull up his stats here.
Was he intimidated by my arena call?
Is that your goal? Dun, 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 dun.
It's really just
Y'all ready for this?
Garrett, you would be the only one... Oh, he cast a spell. Let's see. You're the only one that knows that this happens, but he essentially, in his invisible form, misty steps. And as soon as he does, where he arrives, he loses his invisibility because he casts a spell. But he is going to come over here where none of you are, and he is going to cast a cause fear spell at the angel.
I'm glad I wasted a fucking spell slot.
Yeah.
Let's see. DC,
No, you gave him advantage on an attack, but
So he tries to cast cause fear. The angel saves from this, and you get the sense that he is. You get the momentary him trying to make himself darker and bigger as a magical way to intimidate, but you see the angel's eyes whoosh, kind of flash again, and the spell ricochets off. He goes into a defensive stance, and he would yell back to you, Garrett, and say, "Little man, don't get involved."
we are.
like,
Also a little bit of a jab there.
yeah. Well, height burn.
I don't think I've accurately described how much bigger they are than you. So they're bigger than humans. So comparatively speaking, you would. I want you to accept that as a note of gratitude for what that is. All right.
Okay.
And then Delta, and then Hattie. Do you want to do anything, Delta?
I am. I just recently remembered that I have a wild companion.
You could. It's basically instead of shaping yourself, you could summon a little familiar for an hour.
Oh, that's not
That's
nearly
wild.
as fun. Yeah. I would like can I ready a wild shape? Then no.
You can ready a spell, an attack, use an item. What do you think about that? That's kind of a shady gray area. Well, tell me what you want. What are you thinking? Like, what would be the trigger?
I'm going to hang back, but if I were to get attacked, I would like to then change.
Okay. That I'll let you hold.
Okay.
And you want to turn into what?
Probably my
my spider again.
Okay.
Spider
Sounds
with
good.
sexy hair.
All right, Hattie.
Oh, you're on mute.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay, hold him back. So the two summoned angel figures are going to fly over 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and they're going to start wailing on this guy. First one misses. Second one misses. As you see his wings kind of come into this protective shell around him. We're back up to the top. Caraway, who's sitting right next to you, Delta, just kind of chuckles in watching this. You see she's very invested, but is really just not seeming to concern herself. Next is Moxie from the back over here. She is going to cast... Innervation. A tinky tendril of inky darkness reaches out from her, touching a creature you can see within range to drain life from it. The angel's going to make a dexterity saving throw of natural 6, so it fails, and the angel is going to take 11 points of necrotic damage. But you see this lasso of darkness kind of around his ankle, and it stays there. You can use your action on each of your turns to automatically... 4d8. That's on a save. 2 more, and 6. All right, 8 more. So that was 19 points of damage, and she has a tether on him. And it is Jaxie's turn. She is... let's see where she is over there. She's going to go join the angels and start walloping on this. She pulled her her long sword. She goes up. She is going to empower it, blah, blah, blah,
She would just have
with a wrathful smite and make an attack against the devil. Let's see. What is his... 17. The first attack misses. Second attack does hit. She is going to deal 1d10. 2 plus... What's Wrathful Smite? An extra 1d6. Actually, she does this at disadvantage because you're still in her line of sight and she's
Correct.
scared of you, right? She still rolled pretty well for that one.
I mean, until it's my turn, and then she's going to lose her fear. So. I'm about
her ally was just hit too.
not by me.
Not by you. Yeah.
But it's about to be.
And he must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. He does, so he is not frightened of her, but he does take 8 points of damage. Okay. She is not apologizing. You get this kind of warrior vibe, warrior spirit vibe from her. All right. It is Indigo's turn and then Ovi.
I want to cast Cause Fear on the angel.
Okay.
And also, if 2 of his creatures are within 30 feet, just the one.
Does it say target? What is the cause fear? Is it an area or is it a single creature?
Oh, a spell slot of 2nd level.
Oh.
Okay. I thought it was just levels.
Yeah.
Okay, just the one then.
So, natural 1.
Ooh.
So what is, read me the spell, cause fear.
Awaken the sense of mortality in one creature I can see within range. Construct or undead is immune to the effect. Target must succeed on wisdom saving throw or become frightened of me until the spell ends. Frightened target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. And I want to focus more on this sense of mortality, rather than fear.
I like that. You do. He does hesitate. So while he's afraid, while he's within your line of sight, he'll have disadvantage on his attacks. And I think narratively, let's talk about that, where he's starting to understand what he did to
He's the only one
these,
attacking.
right? All right. Do you want to move or do anything else? No. Okay. Ovi, your turn.
So the bird that was behind Jaxie is on this little square down here with the 3 stones.
Yep.
Ovi's going to suddenly teleport and disappear and reappear. At that point, all the songbirds are disappeared.
Okay.
Going to
Very cool, by the way.
Going to step forward 2 squares and then cast Bane at 2nd level, which means all 3 angels and Jaxie need to make Charisma saving throws, DC 14.
Beautiful. All right. Okay, so the angel rolled a natural 18.
Okay.
The 2 little summoned ASMRs fail miserably. One rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
Jaxie rolled the angel would have disadvantage on saving throws. They have frightened, I think, is just attacks. Is it? Is it all saving throws?
I mean, I don't fear.
Conditions.
My brain is shutting off, my friend. I don't.
Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And you can't move closer to the source of your fear.
Yep.
Jaxie rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
So these 2...
I only got the 2 little ones.
All right, so these 2 are banned.
Sure.
Let's see. Okay, something different.
And then bonus action, I will give a bardic inspiration to the devil.
Okay, what do you do to inspire a devil?
Taking turns, sides, y'all.
I know.
What?
I'm taking sides.
I just play an electric slide. Squeal.
All right. The angel goes next and is going to kind of stutter because he is caught in this sense of, wow, what is going on and how do I feel?
Side note, sorry, as soon as I did that, I would back up another 15 feet out of the way. Okay. No, go ahead. Sorry.
But he understands his duty. He's going to come up. He is going to try and make an attack roll against the devil.
Okay.
With the mace.
Silvery barbs.
Well, he's at disadvantage. But his lower number does hit.
So silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs. As you snatch his... his focus from him.
Okay.
He'll re-roll. Now is it... What's silvery
you
barbs?
must use the new one. So
okay, he actually rolled a natural 17 on his. So any attack would have hit. This mace, though, starts to glow with quite a bit of light.
Okay.
And let's see, 1d6.
A mace is like a weapon, right?
Yes.
Why did he have a weapon?
He summoned it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he pulled it out immediately. He's been pretty confident in this whole murder thing he started.
Yeah. I'm going to give myself advantage on my next attack roll.
Okay. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 is 14 plus 5.
Damn.
It's 19 points of damage.
To who?
To the demon. That's his first attack. He gets a second. At disadvantage, natural 3. So the second attack misses. I thought he had hellish rebuke. I guess he doesn't. And you start to see the angel in general feels like what he is doing is just. He is killing an evil creature. I will say, Ovi, you have the best line of sight to the devil. And I will say, as he does get hit, for the briefest of moments, you make eye contact with him. And with your 20 passive insight, there's a sense of relief that none of you are being attacked. Mm-hmm. It is Macklin and then Garrett's turn.
I feel like crap for not killing the angel first. Okay.
Big trying to get out of this charm person again.
Yep.
Oh, dirty 20.
Okay. You shake it off.
I'm immediately gonna use my ring
Gun?
and cast bonus action Hunter's Mark on the angel and then shoot it. Because once you drop charm person, you know you were charmed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're immune to his stuff for the next 24 hours.
Fair.
Stuff.
You are too. All right.
Oh, I am.
Make a shot.
Hunter's Mark gives me a bonus of 2 to my attack rolls. Which is already through the roof, so surely I can't botch this.
Nah, famous last words.
You did.
Bro.
No, dirty 20.
Damn.
Yeah, I gotta add it.
Yep,
9
that
plus
hits.
2. And then 11 points of damage.
11. Okay. Great. Anything else you want to do?
I just want to let Ezekiel know that he really let me down.
Okay.
I'm really disappointed in you.
All right. Garrett, your turn.
Since Garrett's tiny, will you allow him to Misty Step right in between them?
Yep. You're allowed to move through the spaces of larger creatures, so yes.
Okay. And he's gonna make a final plea with arms kind of extended out on both of them and say, you don't have to kill each other. Killing and death is what brought you here. End the cycle now and just go.
Preach.
Soaked.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
I'm going to use Tides of Chaos.
Okay. I was actually going to say this is because they're currently engaged in combat. Actually, go ahead. Just make your persuasion check.
Okay.
Slam this computer shut, clear this table, let's go.
Even with my Tides of Chaos, it's a 12.
12.
Drive right.
Okay. We'll see how they respond. Anything else you want to do?
No.
I would like to assist him because that's actually what I was going to do.
Okay. Well, he already had advantage on it.
I already have advantage with my Tides of Chaos.
But if you want to tell me how you'd like to pitch in, you're welcome to do that.
Is it your turn?
I mean, it's not my turn, is it?
No, sorry. It's the demon's turn. Was there something specific you would have done in that moment when you see him
Me?
making the plea?
Yeah, I don't, like, nothing comes to my brain, but it's kind of that exact same thing of, like, this is why we're here, is because of violence and trying to decide who's right and wrong. We're further perpetuating that. How does anyone win?
Okay, make a persuasion check.
You got it. Be my most sincere honor. Okay, this is going to be good. I can feel it. Persuasion. 15.
Okay, let's see what they do on their turn.
So Garrett's going to like maintain contact with both of them.
Risky.
I don't know where he can reach.
Nips.
He's
Not
pretty
even
small
the
with that.
genitalia.
Just hands on crotch. Both crotches.
Dog in each hand.
Then you get persuasion with advantage.
That's a double advantage.
It's a different skill. Frivian would approve.
You see the demon who looks you, Garrett, and Hattie, and you see this look on his face of yes, but. And you see him look up into the eyes of this self-righteous, self-assured angel who was not compelled by this argument, and look down at you kind of with a look of sadness and basically say, to do nothing is to lose, and there's more to do in life. and you see him stand up and kind of concede this, and he is going to attack the angel. He does so in a way that doesn't put Garrett or Jaxie in harm's way, though. You see him already has a gifted height, but you see his wings kind of protect you from as he's hitting. Let me see if he is able to attack. That's 1 hit for sure, 2 hits for sure. Wow, 3 hits for sure.
Okay, fuck him up.
9, 17. Okay, all 4 of those hit.
Do I have to roll to see if I get hit in any of these?
No, he is, and he actually rolled pretty high on this. His accuracy reveals his training. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What were you? Did you want to get hit? You sounded so sad.
I was actually kind of hoping to at least make him feel bad that he hit me in the process.
He's not trying to hit you, though. He is
I know.
only doing it because this guy's a douche canoe.
He does 45 points of damage against the angel.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's what the angel says. Got him.
And as a bonus action, he is going to, because this feels really crowded and too many of you are in danger, he's going to try and draw them back away so he comes to the most open space he can see. Actually, I think he would find it defensible against the wall here. Actually, over here. This seems like the most... Ovi's helped him. So yeah, we'll go over here. But he's trying to get out of you all out of harm's way if possible. Delta and then Hattie.
I come in closer.
Okay.
Yeah, and then no, that's too close.
Okay. I was just seeing how far 30 is.
I want to be over here.
Okay.
So whatever.
Not much closer.
Not much closer, but I see my friends fighting. Up until just now, I was thinking about maybe attacking the demon, but now that I see him, I don't know. I don't want to do anything. I just wanted to move closer, be closer to the action.
Okay. Hattie.
I am not holding my spider.
Okay.
I want to try to shut the fuck up. You already had your turn. I want to try to talk to the angel and say, Ezekiel, this other guy whose name I don't remember is willing to stop. Are you? And I'm gonna knock an arrow.
You're going to fire it or just
Stupid
threaten
situation.
I'm just knocking it.
it? Okay. Make a persuasion check. And here's what I'm going to do. I want you to make a persuasion check with disadvantage. What I want you to get from that is, and Ovi, you're picking up on this.
He can't be persuaded.
He is enjoying this.
Well, and the devil just also
Okay. My persuasion is not gonna win, so can I shoot him?
Yes, you can.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot him.
I'm giving you 3 seconds to smile when I say work.
Yeah, right.
How does it work?
Let my dark
attack.
work out.
I think we figured out.
23 to hit.
23 hits.
I can't do anywhere near 40.
2 pyramids,
We don't have to do 45.
6.
How much?
6.
6 points.
Is this bow really that cool?
I feel it. What did you roll? Did you roll 1 on the die?
It only does a 1d8 plus 3.
Yeah, that's all.
You get extra features for it, right? Doesn't it do a couple other cool things? Like, I think you get some extra...
To take 1d8 psychic damage.
Yeah, why don't I go ahead and do this charge to expend the 1d8 psychic damage?
It's a save of wisdom save.
Is
I'm
this
gonna
your
say-
thing or mine? I'm
gonna
having a hard
say-
time understanding.
I'm going to say it came loaded with 4 charges. So to replenish them is when you reduce a small or larger creature to 0 hit points. So, but you have 4 to use. When you hit a creature with an arrow, you can expend a charge to cause that creature to take psychic damage and make the saving throw or be frightened.
So that'd be 4 of psychic damage and then the saving throw.
So this thing is frightened of Indigo and rolled another natural 1. So this thing is starting, the angel is afraid of Indigo and is afraid of Hattie. Was there something else?
I'm not Ovi anymore.
Oh, I didn't get him.
Yeah, he resisted it. All right. Anything else you want to do?
That ought to do her.
Okay.
Thank you.
The last thing in this round of combat, and then we'll wrap it up, is these two SMRs are going to do a little whale
This
action.
one can't come closer to me.
Oh, you're right. Actually, neither of them can because they would move.
Yeah.
You
they're
see
stuck over
them,
there.
let's see, what did I give them? Did I give them weapons? Give javelins. So they can throw at disadvantage, natural 1 and an 11. That's not going to be enough. Second one is natural 5 and 4. Oh, natural 5. Says they got disadvantage. Because they're Bane. Is it Bane?
Yeah, it is Bane.
It is Bane.
So they need to reduce.
So they rolled a...
So disadvantage. It's a D4. Right?
Right. Yep.
So they hit each other.
Yep. So one of them rolled an 18 to hit. Minus 2 is 16. So AC is 17. So
Okay.
they both missed from their respective. Okay.
I made them
so
uncomfortable.
we'll pick up from mid-battle next time and see how we want to resolve
A week from today.
this. And we're on for a week from today?
Yes.
Is this working?
This works for me.
Works for me.
All right.
Yep.
How do you feel about a moral dilemma? This...
Oh, I don't like it, but it's fun. It's a different
what you signed
challenge
up
than
for.
what I
It's fun.
I hope they notice how fun I think it is.
It's fun.
now you've all seen Rivian.
Oh yeah, we need to see more of Rivian
I don't
Devereaux.
know that we do. Do we? Do we need